Good morning student. In last lecture we start method of induction and binomial theorem, and today we continue the example from exercise 4.1. So our example is prove by method of induction for all n belongs to natural. So it is our first example. Before starting example, we revise a rule, that is principle of mathematical induction. So here it is rule, working rule. So what is that rule? Consider a given statement as P of n. Then step first, for n is equal to 1, we have to prove that P of 1 be true. Step second, for n is equal to k, assume that P of k be true and write result for P of k. Step third, for n is equal to k plus 1. In this step third, we have to prove that P of k plus 1 be true when P of k is true. And last step, step fourth, by the principle of mathematical induction, P of n be true for all n belongs to natural. So by using this working rule, we solve our next example. So this example from exercise 4.1. So I am writing here exercise 4.1. So let us start to solve it. So according to working rule, write given statement as P of n. But you can observe that our n term is missing here. So first we have to find here n terms. So let us start. Here 1.3, 3.5, 5.7 up to n terms. So here 1, 3, 5 up to n terms are in AP. AP means arithmetic progression, with A is equal to 1 and D is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so here we find nth term, that is Tn, and the formula for Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D. So here value of A 1 plus n as it is, and the value of D is 2. So it is 1 plus 2n minus 2, which is equal to 2n minus 1. So therefore this Tn is equal to what? 2n minus 1. Also now this 3, 5, 7 up to n terms are in AP, with A is equal to 3 and D is equal to 2. So therefore Tn is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 into 2, so which is equal to 3 plus 2n minus 2, and that's why 2n plus 1. So these terms are in multiplication, so we take here, let P of n, which is equal to, this is 1.3 plus 3.5 plus 5.7 and plus up to n terms. So here we can take this Tn, first 2n minus 1 and then multiplying term 2n plus 1, which is equal to n upon 3, 4n square plus 6n minus 1. Now we use here our working rule. So step first, for n is equal to 1. So LHS is equal to, when we take n is equal to 1, then here 2 into 1 minus 1, so it is 2, 1 minus 1 first bracket, and here 2 into 1 plus 1, so it is equal to 2n, 2 minus 1 means 1, and here 2 plus 1 3, so here we get 3. Now we take RHS, so it is 1 by 3, 4 into 1 square plus 6 into 1 minus 1, which is equal to. So here we get 9 by 3, which is equal to 3. So therefore LHS is equal to RHS. And we conclude that P of 1B true. Now next step second, for n is equal to k. Assume that P of k be true. So here we assume, that's why we take a term like that, 1.3, 3.5 plus 5.7 up to so on 2k minus 1 and 2k plus 1, which is equal to k upon 3, 4k square plus 6k minus 1, and give it equation first. Okay. Now steps taken, you can observe that we take here k instead of n. So next step third. So for n is equal to k plus 1. So right here we have to prove that all steps are common in each and every example. So that is to prove that (1.3) plus 3.5 plus 5.7 plus 2k plus 1 minus 1. In the next 2k plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to k plus 1 upon 3, and here 4k plus 1 whole square plus 6k plus 1, this is minus 1. Now next, so here multiply 2k plus 2 minus 1, so it is 2k plus 1, and here 2k plus 2 plus 1, so it is 2k plus 3, which is equal to k plus 1 upon 3, and we have to solve here. K plus 1 means a plus b whole square. So formula for a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So using this, k square plus 2k plus 1, and here 6k plus 6 minus 1. So next step, now multiply this 4k, so it is 4k square plus 8k plus 4 plus 6k, and this plus 5. So the next step, 1.3, we have to write LHS as it is. And calculate this all terms. So it is 4k square plus 8k plus 6k, which is 14k, and this is plus 9. Now take LHS of this term. So we take this LHS. We take LHS, so it is 1.3 plus 5.7 plus Now we take some terms extra here, 2k minus 1, 2k plus 1 and plus the last term is 2k plus 1, 2k plus 3. Okay, so you can observe from step first, it is k upon 3, 4k square plus 6k minus 1 and plus we take multiplication of this, so it is 4k square plus 6k plus 2k plus 3 and write here from first. So this is the multiplication of these two terms. You can observe that first multiply with this, then this, and then this, and then this. So this term like that, k upon 3, 4k square plus 6k minus 1 and this is 4k square plus 8k plus 3. Now this 3 multiply here and this k multiply here. So k 4k square plus 6k minus 1 plus 3 into 4k square plus 8k plus 3 and this divided by 3. So it's next step 4k cube plus 6k square minus k plus 12k square plus 24k plus 9 upon 3. Now this 4k cube, 12 plus 6, 18k square, this is 23k and this is plus 9 upon 3. Sorry, by mistake here 3. Now you can solve this by synthetic division. So I am solve here. So it is 4, next 18, next 23 minus 23 plus 9. So sorry here plus 23 because 24 minus k, so it is plus 23k. Now take here plus 23 and use here synthetic division. So 4 as it is, take here minus 1. So 4 into minus 1 minus 4, 18 minus 4 is 14. 14 into minus 1 is minus 14 plus 23 minus 14, it is 9 and this is 9. So it is minus 9 which is equal to 0. So here we done here our synthetic division. Here variable is k. So we take here variable like that, k plus 1 and this is 4k square plus 14k plus 9. So use that factor. There is no need to show this synthetic division. You can directly write that factor. So take this factor here. So it is like that, k plus 1, 4k square plus 14k plus 9 upon 3. So you can observe that this is our RHS, k plus 1, 4k square plus 14k plus 9 upon 3. This is our RHS. So here we done. So write here RHS, LHS equal to RHS and therefore P of k plus 1 be true. Now in step 4th, so what is step 4? By principle of mathematical induction, P of n be true for all n belongs to natural number. So here we done our example. You can observe that example. First we find n terms, that n term is missing here. So we first find n terms by arithmetic progression. Then we repeat that all step first for n equal to 1, step second for n equal to k, step third for n is equal to k plus 1, and after that we conclude here in all the step p of n be true for all n belongs to natural number. Now we move toward our next example, that is cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n, which is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We prove this example by principle of mathematical induction. So by working rule, write given statement as p of n. So let p of n, which is equal to now take step first for n is equal to 1. So LHS which is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Now take RHS cos 1 into theta plus I sin 1 into theta. So you can observe that 1 into theta is theta. So here cos theta plus I sin theta. And therefore LHS is equal to RHS. So therefore P of 1 be true. Now in step second, assume that P of k be true. So therefore cos theta plus I sin theta raised to k, which is equal to cos k theta plus I sin k theta, and give it equation first. Now step third, for n is equal to k plus 1, we have to prove that P of k plus 1 be true. That is to prove that cos theta plus I sin theta raised to k plus 1, which is equal to cos k plus 1 theta plus I sin k plus 1 theta. Now take LHS. So LHS is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta raised to k plus 1. Using laws of indices, cos theta plus I sin theta raised to k into cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1. What is that law? A raised to m plus n, which is equal to a raised to m into a raised to n. So using that law we solve this. Now from step second or from equation first, you can observe that value of cos theta plus I sin theta raised to k is cos k theta plus I sin k theta. So write here that value cos k theta plus I sin k theta, and the multiplication of this cos theta plus I sin theta, because anything raised to 1 is that thing, and write here from equation first, or also you can write from step second. Now multiply this first, then then this, and then last. Okay, so it is cos k theta into cos theta plus cos k theta into I sin theta plus I sin k theta into cos theta, and the last I into I, which is I square sin k theta into sin theta. Okay, so this is cos k theta into cos theta. You can observe I is common in these two terms, so take I common. So it is sin k theta into cos theta plus cos k theta into sin theta, and I square is minus 1, so it is minus sin k theta into sin theta. Now collect that term, so it is cos k theta into cos theta minus sin k theta into sin theta, and the remaining term I am writing here, which is I sin k theta cos theta plus cos k theta into sin theta. Now we know that the formula, that is sin a plus b, which is equal to sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b, and the formula for cos a plus b is cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b. Means what? If sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b, then we take sin and addition of these two angles. And if cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b, then we take cos and taking addition of these two angles. So here you can observe that this a means k theta and b means theta. So this is the formula for cos k theta plus theta, and plus this I is as it is, and this is the formula for sin k theta plus theta. Now take theta common, so it is k plus 1 theta plus I sin k plus 1 theta. So this is your LHS. That's why we prove here LHS is equal to RHS, and thus P of k plus 1 be true. Now we conclude that here in step 4th, by principle of mathematical induction, P of n be true for all n belongs to natural number. So in this way we prove our example. You can observe that now we move toward our next example. So 2 raised to 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7. So here we have to prove that. So let P of n, which is equal to 2 raised to 3n minus 1 divisible by 7. Okay. So you can observe that here is no LHS, no RHS, but also we prove here this 2 raised to 3n minus 1 is divisible by 7. So in the step first, for n is equal to 1. So P of 1 which is equal to 2 raised to 3 into 1 minus 1 upon 7. Now this 3 means 8 minus 1 upon 7. So it is 7 upon 7 means 1. So you can observe that for n is equal to 1, this number is divisible by 7. Means we get here some integer. If we get fraction here, then this is not divisible by 7. But we get integer, so we true here. Therefore, P of 1 be true. Now we move towards step second. So step second, for n is equal to k. So therefore P of k, which is equal to 2 raised to 3k minus 1 upon 7. ओके, ये ट्रू है ऐसा हम लोगों ने कंसिडर किया है. सो लेट 2 raised to 3k minus 1 upon 7, which is equal to m, and this m belongs to integers. We take this m. So therefore 2 raised to 3k minus 1 multiply 7m, and therefore 2 raised to 3k, which is equal to 7m plus 1. This one move towards RHS. And now give it equation first. Next step, third, for n is equal to k plus 1. We have to prove that P of k plus 1 be true. And that is to prove that P of k plus 1, which is equal to 2 raised to 3 k plus 1 minus 1 upon 7 be true. Means this number is divisible by 7. So now we take this number, that is 2 raised to 3 k plus 1 minus 1 upon 7. Now multiply this 2 raised to 3k plus 3 minus 1 upon 7. Using laws of indices, it is 2 raised to 3k, 2 cube minus 1 upon 7. So we know that the value of 2 raised to 3k from equation first. So it is 7m plus 1 into 8 minus 1 upon 7, and right here from first. So it is 56m plus 8 minus 1 upon 7. So 56m plus 7 upon 7, take 7 common. So it is 8m plus 1 upon 7. So 7 cancel, and we get 8m plus 1 means, and here m belongs to integer. So addition of integer is integer, means we get integer. That's why this P of k plus 1 be true. So right here, therefore P of k plus 1 be true. And hence step fourth, by principle of mathematical induction, P of n be true for all n belongs to natural number. Observe that example. This is different from all example. In this example, we not prove LHS is equal to RHS. We prove the divisible is integer. So in step first, our integer is 1. In step second, we take integer m, and in step third, we get integer 8m plus 1. In this way, all these three steps are true. That's why we conclude that P of n be true for all n belongs to natural number. So in this way, we complete our exercise 4.1 and try to solve remaining examples. If any doubts, then you can contact me. In next lecture, we start a new topic, that is binomial theorem. So today we stop here. Thank you.